When they now see that the volume of money is not up to what they are looking for, they say, okay, I feel led now. Anything you have, anything. And then you see gullible people. It's drama. It's fake. Two things you warrant your giving. Number one, revelation. Be led. And number two, give by faith. Don't let anybody coerce you into giving. There's no reward for it. They can teach you, train you to give. But don't let anybody manipulate you into giving. That's why many people are giving until they are now hating God and hating giving and hating church.
So in modern day Christianity, both preachers and the congregation are known to give testimonies on the pulpit of the experiences and how God have been faithful in their life. But some of these testimonies that are given by prophets are manipulative testimonies. Testimonies that are never happened. Testimonies that are given so that they can manipulate and exploit their congregation. They can manipulate their congregation into giving tithe. So, welcome back to Christianity in Modern Days once more. My name is Kazamulam Dumani. Today, we'll be taking a look at the person of Michael Orokpo as he explains how some of the testimonies are meant to manipulate the congregation. Without wasting much time, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel so that we'll bring you such videos each and every day. Let's get right into it.
Unfeigned faith is faith that is sincere and genuine. There are many people talking faith, but their faith is not sincere. If you hear them sharing a testimony, they want to use that testimony to exploit you. Somebody comes up and says, I told somebody to empty his account. And he emptied his account. That same night, he received a call and an alert. And that alert was in 10 digits. It's a lie. It's manipulation. That faith is feigned. It's not an unfeigned faith. And even if it is true, you have told more than 1,000 people to empty their account. It's only 2 that have testimonies. Why are you using it to take money out of people's pocket? Why don't you just teach?
So you kind of see the person of Michael Orokpo, the SEX explains that you tell people that I told someone to empty their account, and then when they emptied their account, they received a miracle. The miracle was immediate, right? And they came to give the testimony. This is a prophet who is explaining to his congregation. Now, that particular message there, it's meant for gullible Christians. I mean by gullible Christians, I mean those ones who are not waking, those ones who want to tap into the anointing that was not meant for them in the first place. Those people that are always waiting upon miracles and miracles and miracles. That is the message that is meant for them. They think that if they give their last money, the money that they're supposed to invest, the money that they're supposed to use to change their life, if they give it to the church or they give it to the prophet in the name of tithing, then they will receive the same miracle. That's how manipulative that message is. Let's continue and listen to the Apostle Michael Orokpo as he continues to explain to us.
Teach them to honor God with their seed. Why don't you just teach them that if they give, God will bless them, and stop there? So every time we start talking in a direction, it's because we want to use people. And so people who come to church now, they've dressed themselves with their defense system. So if you start talking about money, the moment you start, they say, well, I have nothing to give because I know where all this drama is going to. You are not teaching us to grow. You just want to take money, but me, I will not take. And when these people hammer on you, and you refuse, they will now say, I saw a vision now. God wants to leave somebody. But if you have 100,000, come. When you start, if the charisma becomes too much, slow down. Even if you are led to give, go home and pray. Give tomorrow. God will still bless you.
Now, this kind of reminds us of the video that we did in the beginning of this channel. We did a video on a particular pastor that was manipulating people into giving money. He said people should give 2 types of seed. Category 1, 7,000 and category 2, 5,000. Of which people were wise on that video. I was very, very pleased and fulfilled with the way the Christians community responded to that manipulation. They did not give in. Everybody stood there and did give nothing. So Michael Orokpo will eventually explain to us how that particular part will also play out when the pastor calls out for seed and the people don't come out to pay that seed. How they continue to manipulate people in that case.
Oh, give 100,000. I saw 7 people giving 100,000. When nobody comes out, they'll say, okay, now bring 50 if you have 50. I thought you saw 100,000. How did 100,000 become 50? Are you now changing the vision? When 50 doesn't work, they now say, okay, if you have 10,000, come and shake me, come and shake. How does shaking you bless me, sir? How does shaking you, shake me, as if shake me? When they now see that the volume of money is not up to what they are looking for, they say, okay, I feel led now, anything you have, anything. And then you...
So I will actually pin the video that I'm talking about in the comment section so that you get to see it for yourself. So this was exactly what the particular man of God did. And this was, it's exactly what the prophets and the apostles and the whatnot are doing these days. They are manipulating their congregations into giving them money in the name of seed by giving false testimonies in the pulpit. Some of these testimonies are staged. Some of these testimonies did happen while there's no way to confirm it. Only those ones that told the testimony and those ones that are listening to the testimony can confirm to that story. So this is how it goes. Pastor will call out that the particular prophet called for seed. I will put the video in the comment section as I said. Particular prophet calls for seed. Category 1, 5,000. Category 2, 7,000. Then when he sees that people are not succumbing to the pressure of giving those two money, then he now changed the volume like Apostle Michael Orokpo said. You are now changing the volume. He now said people must bring any money, put it in the envelope and bring it back to the church the next service. You see, that's what we mean by changing the volume. So let's continue and see how the man of God explains how people are manipulated. This is a very crucial message. Kindly like and comment and tell us your thoughts in the comment section. How much money have you lost to false testimonies and false prophets?
You see gullible people. It's drama. It's fake. Two things you warrant your giving. Number one, revelation. Be led. And number two, give by faith. Don't let anybody coerce you into giving. There's no reward for it. They can teach you, train you to give. But don't let anybody manipulate you into giving. That's why many people are giving until they are now hating God and hating giving and hating church. Born out of manipulation. You don't teach people truth. You just coerce them, take money. And you need to see where some prophets and apostles are fighting with their host.
Now, before we get to the part of why apostles and the host are fighting, the preacher and the host that hosted him are fighting. Remember, we talked about these people getting to host each other. We saw this in the person of Ubet Angel, who was hosted by Apostle Johnson Suleiman in his church, where he performed fake miracle money, of which we exposed it was fake miracle money. Right? You can go and see the video on the channel, The Christianity in Modern Days, once more. So, before we talk about that, let us talk about the issue of people hating church, hating to give, and hating God. This is because of preachers who are manipulative. I once posted a video of Abel Damina, wherein the people were writing in the comment section, they're saying things like the only thing that this particular man of God said when he first came to our church, the first thing that he demanded, or the first thing that he called out for, before he preached, he called out for seed. You understand? The manipulating people to give. Joshua Selman also touched on this issue. We'll actually do a reaction video on that, where Joshua Selman is talking about the same thing that Michael Orokpo is explaining here, whereby people must give out of the abandon of their own heart, not being manipulated to give in church by the so-called prophet or man of God. Now let's see how the host and the preacher, who was hosted by the preacher, get to fight over this very tithe money that they stole from the gullible masses. Let's continue.
Before you enter the service, because yesterday God healed 5 people. Today, the host will now tell you, we have some needs. So, we have people in the church. There are 4 bank managers. There are 7 people that own companies. Even the person that runs this particular company is there. So when the power of God is moving, you can call for a seed of 1 million. They are able to give. When you finish, we'll give you 30%. They will now bargain. No, I won't take 30%. It will be 50-50. The man will say no. No, take 60 and take 40. Something. This is public. I should not have said this. I will say it. A prophet went somewhere. After they took the seed, he collected, he packed the whole seed tight and put in his boot and drove off. the host was calling and threatening him. If you don't bring that seed, I will send police. This is not story, I'm telling you.
So it's like Michael Orokpo, from the way he's talking about the story of a particular prophet who collected the entire seed. Before the prophet will preach, they will tell him that there are certain people in this, so that when he is preaching, he can raise the seed through those people. I'm seeing grace on you, I'm doing this and this and this. So after raising the whole thing, because there was an initial agreement that the prophet will take this percentage and the man of God will take this percentage. Now, the prophet swindled the whole money. He took the whole money, put it in his account, and ran away with the whole tithe. He no longer gave the host what they agreed. So the host is now calling the prophet, doing like, if you don't bring back that tithe, I will call police. It's like, you understand what's going on here, right? It's kind of funny, but it's actually something that Michael Orokpo is telling us at a perspective that he knows it happened. It's not a story like he said. It's something that happened. So let's continue and see. Touch not my anointed ones, and he do my prophets no harm. My name is Kazamulam Tuman once more. In this channel, we touch the anointing.
Corruption. Because it's feigned faith. Feigned. The faith is not genuine. It's not sincere. When the power of God starts moving, they now start calling seed, calling all kinds of things. I know when you cast your seed in the presence, it produces results. But when it's manipulation with evil intention, it brings reproach to that congregation. That's why I tell people, I don't have grace for raising seed. I can set people on fire and go. If you want to raise seed, look for people who have different graces. My own grace is to set people on fire for God. I don't have grace for raising seed. So if you invite me, please, even if a dead man rises, I won't raise seed. Unless God himself commands me. I've been to many places. The moment you come, they start honoring you.
But then, about the issue of God himself commanding him to raise seed, right? I like the fact that he said you won't raise seed except God command him. But that is blasphemy against God, because I don't think God needs your money before he can help you. I mean, if the man can give you Jesus, his only son, to die for the sins of men, then he should tell you that no amount of money, you cannot bribe God. I mean, come on. You cannot bribe God. Hello? There's no amount of money that you can give to God that will warrant him to help you. God is already helping you. You don't have to give him money to help you. If God wanted you to help him, if God wanted your money, he would have left his banking details in the Bible.
As they see that people love you and they will do anything you say, they will say, let's take a seat. Teach the people, give them the revelation of giving. When you call for seed, they will give by revelation and by faith. Don't use me to coerce them to give. If they don't give when you say, that means you've not taught them. If they give, they won't be blessed. Manipulation. And now, when they know that you will refuse to take, the moment you finish preaching and sit down, they'll say, quickly, in the next 2 minutes, we are about closing. We must bless the man of God. Please bring a seed. It's a lie. It's not for the man of God. It's a tendency. It's a tendency. So nowadays, when I finish preaching, as I leave, I'm going. Don't take a seed for me. If you don't have money to honor me, I will go. Don't take a seed on my behalf.
So that was it from the video of Michael Orokpo, as he explains to us how people are being manipulated, how the congregation is being manipulated through false doctrine, through false testimonies that the people who are hired to give these testimonies are giving, or through false testimonies that the prophet himself, or the man of God, in quotation mark of course, is giving to his congregation. That I just told someone to pay this tithe, and then after paying the tithe, then they received this amount. What happened in the church of Apostle Johnson Suleiman, whereby there was that Apostle Joshua Mone where he received the fake miracle money thing, where Apostle Joshua Mone received 4 million naira. The thing was that he gave 1 million, according to what we were told. He gave 1 million to the congregation, then he received 4 million. So that was the thing. So that manipulation is meant for people to give their money. So, like Michael Orokpo have explained, if you give not out of the abundance of your heart, but you give through manipulation, you will not see the fruitfulness of that seed. You must give what God has given you. You must give out of your own heart, not through manipulation. For God is a cheerful giver. My name is Kazamulam Tuman once more. Touch not my anointed ones and do my prophets no harm. With that, I'm out. I will see you in the next one. Cheers. Stay blessed.